I'm pretty sure she answered your question. Early morning, Akihabara Station. Kurisu is standing before the entrance with her huge suitcase behind her. Beside her, she waves to me shyly as I approach. Then, she blushes and shoots me her usual glare. After that kiss, Kurisu went back to her hotel to pack. That suitcase must hold everything she brought to Japan. She's going back to America.
それじゃあ。
マユリとダルは本当に呼ばなくていいのか？
なんだかみんなに見送られると辛くなるから。岡部だけなら何のためらいもなく日本を立てる。ジョークよ。
Kurisu looks like she's about to cry. I'm sure I look just as sad. But I won't cry. I don't have that right.
手土産だ。持っていけ。
I hand her future gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. It's a bamboo helicopter equipped with a CCD camera, which allows it to record videos in the air. A truly groundbreaking invention. But sadly, due to its constant high-speed rotation, the video it produces tends to cause motion sickness.
いらね
え。いいから。そんなにかさばるわけじゃないし。
I wanted to give her future gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball, but it was too big. Kurisu accepts bamboo helicam with a strained smile.
しょうがないから受け取っておく。
And then, silence. No words of farewell. We just look at each other.
青森。一緒に行けなかったな。
うん。でも、この2週間、なんだかんだで楽しかった。まゆりや、橋田によろしくね。
Kurisu spreads her arms wide. Without a moment's hesitation, I step forward and embrace the girl genius one last time.
岡部、頑張って。
元気で。
Kurisu smiles faintly, then turns and walks towards the entrance with suitcase in hand. I watch her go, unable to move a muscle. I want to stop her. I want to wrap my arms around her and tell her to stay with me forever. But I can't. This is what we decided. To save Mayuri. To save the future. I'm sorry, Kurisu. I can't save you. Kurisu will disappear. She'll be left behind on this world line. There's no place for her in the coming world.
俺はマキセ・クリスのことを、マキセ・クリスのぬくもりを絶対に忘れない。
I don't know whether Kurisu hears my words. She keeps walking. Stride steady. Back straight. Long, silky hair fluttering in the wind. She's quickly fading into the distance. But I can tell. I see her shoulders trembling. We will never meet again. Our world lines will never cross again. I'm glad I met you, Kurisu. I would have been lost without you. I love you. Goodbye. I stand there, in the entrance, as commuters file past, until long after she has vanished from sight, afraid that any motion, any thought, might cause the tears to fall.
それではこれより、オペレーションベルダンディ。
Operation Verdandi! Okay, so out of curiosity, let's see if I can skip this. Now, something must be different in here. I'm assuming most of this is going to be the same, so we're going to go through this quickly. But something's got to be different. Let's see, I take a look around. These 20 days have been madness. We're back to 3 members. I wished for Mayuri to live, and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it.
すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択である。
This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro.
世界は再構成される。
I swing down my index finger. And at the exact same time, I hear the lab door open. My eyes dart towards the sound. There, in the doorway, stands Kurisu. Her face is flushed. Was she running? Why is she here? She should be on her way to the airport right now. Kurisu is looking at me. Her eyes are glistening, but her face is all smiles. Did she come back for me? In a split second of frozen time, I imagine I hear her voice. We didn't say goodbye, she says. Immediately afterwards, my finger strikes the enter key. The world starts to warp. The timeline is being rewritten. I feel my consciousness being sucked into the vortex. Reading Steiner. Divergence is changing. The warp accelerates. Kurisu. Daru. Mayuri. Everything inside the lab is shifting. Color fades as my consciousness leaves this world line. I turn to face Kurisu, desperate to burn this last sight of her into my eyes. She raises her hand.
さよなら。私も岡部のことが。
All of this will never have happened. Kurisu. Forgive me.
Okabe! You want to know how I feel?
Kurisu!
Okabe, you should know by now that
Well, that must have made that a little harder. The world gradually stops spinning. Little by little, color returns. I look to the door. She was standing there just a moment ago. My assistant, Christina. Makise Kurisu. Now, she is gone, vanished like a dream. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder where Kurisu fixed a torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No. That's not the time leap machine. That's the phone wave named subject to change. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world is exactly the same. In all respects save one. Kurisu was never here. Every trace of her has vanished. Kurisu is nowhere now. Nowhere. Except in my memories. Mayuri and Daru are looking at me.
なあ、ラボメンナンバー004は誰だっけ？
I need to ask. Even though I know what the answer will be.
オカリン、ラボメンには004の人はいないよ。
それとも名前すら明かされてない隠れメンバーが幼女なら許す。
いや。
I knew that it would be like this. But the fact that they forgot her existence is so saddening, so frightening. I am the only person in the world who remembers Makise Kurisu as lab member 004. So I won't forget it. I alone will live with her memory engraved upon my heart. Now, Time to proclaim my triumph. There are still things that must be done, and many sacrifices were made to get here. But despite all of that, this is my victory. I have won. Mayuri and Daru stare in wonder at my abrupt laughter.
今ここにラグナロックの勝敗は決した。この俺、狂気のマッドサイエンティストである法王院京馬は、そのアインシュタインにも匹敵する IQ170 の霊理なる頭脳により、機関およびセレンのあらゆる攻撃に対し、時空を操ることで完全に勝利したのだ。まさに俺は神に等しき存在となった。そしてたどり着いたこの大いなる地平、我が野望が叶う世界、世界の支配構造はリセットされ、混沌の未来が待つであろう。これこそがシュタインズ。
オカリン。
Mayuri suddenly throws her arms around me. I freeze, utterly taken aback. Daru looks as confused as I am. Mayuri looks up at me and smiles. It's the gentlest smile I've ever seen.
もういいんだよ。
何を言ってるんだ。俺は今華麗なる勝利宣言を。
だって今のオカリン泣き出しそうな顔してるんだもん。ねえ、無理しないで。前にも言ったよね。マユシーはオカリンの重荷にはなりたくないって。もうその口調続けなくてもいいんだよ。辛いなら普通に戻ってオカリンの心をね、さらけ出してもいいんだよ。
俺は
もうマユシーのことは気にしなくていいから。マユシーは大丈夫だから。オカリンはね、オカリンのために泣いてもいいんだからね。何があったのかはわからないけど、泣いてもいいんだよ。
This, my friends, is the choice of Steins Gate.
It's okay. Just be yourself.
What do you mean? This is me. How else should I deliver a victory speech?
You don't have to pretend to be Hoi and Kyoma for me. The bad stuff isn't gonna happen to me now. I can tell. You can cry now if you want. Go ahead.
And just like that, the mass scatters. All it took was one word from Mayuri. Mayuri, the sister I never had, the girl who always needed my protection. I had to save her. That was my purpose. I even sacrificed the girl I loved. But now, I finally realize that it's over. Mayuri is safe. I'm free. Once more, I see Kurisu's face in my mind's eye. I recall the warmth of her body, the softness of her lips, the weight of her last words. One by one, they pound against my heart. I can't bear it anymore.
オカリン、マジで泣いてんの？
My vision blurs. Tears run down my cheeks.
俺は
A tidal wave of emotion crashes over me. Nothing remains to hold it back. I'll never see Kurisu again. That knowledge shreds my heart. I can't hold back my sobs. I can't stop my tears. This is the world I've been searching for. A world where Mayuri does not die. And yet, it is missing the person most precious to me. It's too much. It's too cruel. Why did it have to be Kurisu? Why was I forced to choose? Why did she send me off with a smile? I cling to Mayuri. She strokes my hair gently. I surrender to my grief. 3 days have passed since then, and Mayuri is still alive. Moeka and the Rounders have not attacked, and Tenoji has shown no sign of moving against us. Daru has been visiting May Queen as usual, while Mayuri has been working on costume designs for the next Kamua. Everything is back to normal. Everything. Save for the hole in my heart. I'm standing by the dumpster out back of the lab. We just finished dumping the last of the trash. This morning, I called Daru, and together we dismantled the phone wave in the IBN 5100.
もったいねえな。IBN5100 は売ればプレミアつくのに。
Whatever it was worth, it wasn't worth that.
It came at too high of a price. Too many people had to suffer.
それよりね、ラボから電子レンジがなくなっちゃったよ。マユシーはもうジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンを食べられないのです。
A true predicament indeed, Mayuri.
電子レンジぐらい拾ってくればいいだろう。
We no longer need the phone wave, that miraculous time machine built by coincidence. It brought Kurisu into my life. But at the same time, it made many people suffer. It must never be used again. Not by me, not by anyone. It's time for the phone wave to die, and with it, the insane mad scientist Hoenn Kiyoma, Lord of Space and Time. I recall what Kurisu once said.
これまでの自分を否定したくないの。たとえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。
I gazed once more upon the scrap heap that was Future Gadget number 8. We stripped it down to the last bolt and circuit board. Surely no one can rebuild it now. Time travel is too much power for any human to wield. We don't need D-mails or time leaps. Even if nothing in the future is guaranteed. Even though I may die tomorrow, life was never meant to be redone. And that's fine by me. Wouldn't you say so too, Kurisu? I look up at the sky, and even though it's the middle of the day, I can see a single star shining. Maybe it's Venus. Which suddenly reminds me.
過去にだって今すぐ行けますよ。夜になったら望遠鏡で空を覗いてみてください。何万年も前の光を見ることができるでしょう。
Every night, we casually travel through time. That's what Kurisu said. And each and every word she spoke, I carve into my heart. So that I'll never let them slip from memory. For as long as my life endures. Oh. So, that was the Kurisu ending. As I've stated before, it's rather tragic. It really is, because at least the Mayuri ending, he realizes his feelings for Mayuri. And it's a similar thing, but he realizes his feelings for Mayuri, while in this one, he realizes his feelings for Kurisu, and then he doesn't kill her, but he kills her. Yeah. Now, of course, this is going to be it for today, but next video will be the true ending. I have a feeling, based upon the fact that the true ending took up 2 episodes in the anime, I think 2 episodes? Yeah. based on the fact that it took 2 episodes in the anime, that it might take a bit of time for us to go through. So if it ends up being an atrociously long time to do it, it may be split up into 2 or more days. Just because I imagine it might take that long to complete. And the way the true ending's gonna work is all we do is change that last text message that we didn't send and we actually reply to it. And well, I'll show you. I'll show you next time. How about that? If you don't know, I'd hate to spoil it. So I will wait until next time and I'll show you how it's different. It should be fun. Oh yeah, and then we got that ending, which I failed to look at it last time, if you're curious to see. So there's Kurisu's ending, Paradox Meltdown, and there's Mayuri's ending, Stardust Sky, and last we have that one. Oh boy, it's been a long, long game. But it's definitely worth it. Hope you guys are ready for the true ending, because it's really good. Even if you're not a big fan of it, you like some of the other endings better, it is really good. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!